Use code Proxidist for 20% off any tub at G Fuel. It also helps support the channel. Gaming backlogs are incredibly frustrating to deal with. And you know, it can't be helped. There are so many good like Steam sales that go on where a bunch of incredible games go down to as low as £3, like The Evil Within. You just can't resist, you know, you just gotta buy that shit up straight away. And I'm a culprit of this. My backlog is massive, I have way too many games in them. And on my main channel, I actually started a series 2 years ago called Conquering My Gaming Backlog. And it got way too ambitious, you know. It would take me ages to make one video because I was just spending so much time trying to do a bunch of pretentious edits and transitions for something that doesn't need it. So I figured I would move my backlog series over to this channel instead because it's more of a laid back, unscripted, just talking to you guys type of approach. And I think it would work way better for talking about games that, you know, I've played in my backlog that I finished or dropped. So yeah, I'll be taking some elements from them. If you want to check them out, I'll be creating a playlist with all the original backlog videos leading up to the new ones on this channel, as well as putting one on the end screen if you're really interested. But yeah, let's get on to the first game, and that's Epic Mickey Rebrushed. Now, I've always found this game really intriguing, even when it came out on the Wii back when I was like, God knows how young. I was very young, but I never played it until recently because, well, it was locked to the Wii, and I didn't particularly want to play on my Wii. I literally only used my Wii for Mario Galaxy and Smash Bros. Brawl, which was the best one, I can't lie. But it always intrigued me, you know, a Disney game that embraces all of the neglected characters that they kind of want you to forget about. Like Oswald the Rabbit. I love the design of Oswald the Rabbit, and I'm really surprised that he's not more prominent in Disney culture nowadays. But there is a huge focus on him in Epic Mickey, as well as a bunch of other things. Like the whole premise of the game is there's this world called Wasteland, which is just thriving with all of these neglected and forgotten Disney characters, and Mickey Mouse, being the stupid prat he is, destroys the world with a bunch of paint thinner, and because of this he then gets dragged into Wasteland and he needs to fix the problem he's caused. Because it's like focused on a lot of neglected Disney ideas, it's got this kind of eerie, creepy, abandoned element to it. Like going through the levels has the same feeling as exploring abandoned buildings. It's very creepy and it just feels like you really shouldn't be there. And I know it's a kid's game. I know me saying this is the same as, you know, that's one SpongeBob clip of him going up that roller coaster. I find Kingdom Hearts creepy, okay? Kingdom Hearts 1 creeps me out, and that's because the characters in that game remind me of weird Disney animatronics. The thing is that I find interesting though is there's a lot, and I mean a lot, of cut content for this game. It was originally supposed to be way darker than it currently is, and it's a shame that we didn't get that version, but you know, it's still okay. It's still alright, it's still pretty good. It's not the best game I've ever played. It basically just boils down to a 3D platformer with the gimmick being you wield a paintbrush, which lets you shoot blue paint, which is paint filler, or green paint, which is paint thinner. Paint filler fills in blank spaces as well as turning enemies onto your side, whilst thinner gets rid of those blank spaces, destroys stuff, as well as killing enemies. And there are a lot of choices in the game relating to the paint thinner and paint filler, which just boil down to good or bad choices. And you know, the fact these choices are even there for a Wii game is pretty interesting. And again, it was supposed to be expanded on way more. I think the director of this game directed, I think, Deus Ex. You know, Deus Ex is very much a freedom first type of game, and I'm guessing you wanted to implement that into Epic Mickey, but I'm guessing because of Disney, you know, with their iron fist watching over, didn't give them enough time to put all of these concepts into place to create the ultimate game. And what we got was, it was a pretty middle of the road game. You know, it's good. It's like a 7 out of 10. I had a good time playing through it. I got a bit bored near the end though, because it does get very repetitive, but I really like the idea of it, and I'm glad I played through it. Now, the next game I finished was No More Heroes 3. Okay, so this is a very weird game. It begins as a side-scroller beat-em-up, which then changes into a Studio Ghibli animation with half the budget of a Studio Ghibli animation.
What do you mean?
being a story about a guy who finds an alien, he helps the alien get home, and then the alien comes back all buff and stuff, and he wants to take over the world with him at his side. And yeah, it's a Suda51 game. What can I say? It's fucking weird. That same alien then goes to Travis, who's the main character of No More Heroes, and he just absolutely rocks his shit. Fuck! The stakes are pretty high. But yeah, this is a No More Heroes game. What you expect is here. You go around doing a bunch of mundane shit like cleaning toilets to earn enough money to take on one of the alien bosses or one of the many other bosses. The game is very strange. It just embraces it. It just goes absolutely insane. And some of the boss fights, you know, it can range from musical chairs to the death to exploring an incredibly creepy school where you fight this weird alien demon girl at the end who has personalities in her hands with mouths and they look absolutely disgusting, to fighting someone during a concert who was originally a character from one of the previous games. That's just scraping the surface of the many boss fights in No More Heroes 3 and how weird they can get. And I absolutely love the formula of No More Heroes. You know, you get these absolutely insane boss fights, but in between them, there's the mundanity of doing shit like cleaning toilets to earn money to fight him. It is good shit. My only gripe with it is it's obviously a very simplistic action game, and it was originally a Switch exclusive, which is why it looks absolutely disgusting visually. And the open world to get around to the jobs is, well, it's just awful. There's nothing there. It is the deadest open world I've ever been through in my entire life, but I still had a great time playing through No More Heroes 3.
You know, I actually kind of like this stuff.
The next game is Skydance Behemoth. Now we're going into the VR area with this one, and wow, I was not expecting to enjoy this game as much as I did, because when it came out, a lot of people were saying it wasn't very good, despite how incredible the trailer looked. I mean, it looked like VR Shadow of the Colossus, and after playing it, it literally is VR Shadow of the Colossus. If you suffer from motion sickness, I do not recommend playing this at all. There is a boss fight where you have to scale a giant flying bat whilst it's flying through the air, and you have to like actually physically crawl along it. Like, I lost 5 pounds playing this game, to put it in perspective. In between all the sword fighting and all the climbing you have to do to fight the giant monsters and exploration, I lost 5 pounds in a week. I don't know if that just says more about me or how physically demanding the game is, but regardless, it was a blast to play. It was pretty buggy at times, like there were moments where the physics just broke on me, or I was just flung somewhere, or the combat, like the sword fighting combat, just felt really unintuitive in moments, and it didn't feel like it worked. But despite that, I had a great time. It was a good VR game. It's literally just Shadow of the Colossus in VR. I don't know what else to say, really. The next game I want to talk about is actually 2 games technically, but one's kind of a tech demo, but it is Kingdom Hearts 2.8 and Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, Kingdom Hearts 2.8 was basically just a tech demo for what they've done to the engine for Kingdom Hearts 3, and basically to show off how Kingdom Hearts 3 was going to play at the time. And you go through the dark world as Aqua during the time period between Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep and Kingdom Hearts 1. I'm not going to go into the lore of it, but I had a really good time playing this. Honestly, I think it was a nice, concise experience. I'm glad I didn't pay full price for it when it came out, and I waited for the collection when it came to Steam, but it was just a good time. The combat felt great. I feel like it matched Aqua's playstyle from what I played of Birth by Sleep back in the day. And yeah, it was really nice seeing the absolute torment she had to go through while we were fighting Final Fantasy Abomination Creature number 15 at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. Now, Kingdom Hearts 3, on the other hand, I have a lot of mixed feelings about. So I originally played Kingdom Hearts 3 when it came out on the PS4, and I hadn't even finished Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2 yet, and I thought it was the biggest piece of dog shit I had ever played. Yeah, the gameplay was fine, but that was it. It was fine. It wasn't very fun. I was just spamming X, and occasionally doing one of those Disney ride moves that are really flashy, but there's no substance to them. And I didn't enjoy it. I ended up skipping a lot of the cutscenes near the end because I had no idea what was going on. And it was a massive clusterfuck of a game. I liked the Toy Story world. You know, it was pretty cool going through those Disney Pixar films that I grew up with. But aside from that, it just wasn't very good. But then I replayed it on PC after playing through every other Kingdom Hearts game beforehand. I still don't think it's very good. I played it on hard this time. It was still piss easy. Man, like even knowing the story, it just... It is the dumbest story ever. It's more enjoyable on hard, even though it's still easy, you know, but there are moments where you do need to think a bit more about the combat. And the worlds look amazing, they're a lot of fun to explore, but yeah, the story just doesn't do it for me. And I would much rather play Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2 because they are significantly more concise and enjoyable games. Next game I want to talk about is Sonic X Shadow Generations. Now, I first want to talk about the Sonic Generations part of this, because it is not very positive. Sonic Generations used to be my favorite Sonic game. Something about it, I just found it so easy to pick up and play, and the music was great, the levels were fun apart from Planet Wisp. I absolutely hate Planet Wisp. But yeah, I enjoyed it, but that was back in 2016. Playing it now, it's not very good. I don't know what it is about it. It's just not very fun. Like Boost Sonic, you have absolutely no control in what you're doing. And the classic Sonic stages, I'd argue are a lot better because there's more gameplay to it, but they're still not very fun. Now, the Shadow Generation side, that was good shit. That was incredible. I wish they made the entire game just this. I wish they just expanded more on this and just made it even better. It takes the Sonic Boost formula, but makes it more engaging and controllable, if that makes sense. Like, there's a lot more freedom to the levels in the way you tackle them as Shadow and the way he controls. As well, the levels are just way more interesting. They're really cool. The levels are really cool. The sections of them where they get all weird and trippy and like start like going in on themselves. Incredible shit. I love the Shadow power-ups. I also love the hub world. The hub world is basically a level in on itself, and it takes the Sonic Frontiers open world aspect, but makes it better because it's not just a giant open world. It's like a nice, concise zone to explore to get to levels. You can get to them through a menu. You don't have to walk to them. It's just good shit. It's honestly just worth getting for the Shadow stuff, and Sonic Generations is just kind of like a side thing that you can play if you really want to, but wouldn't recommend it unless you've never played it before. You might like it if you never played it before, but yeah, I just didn't enjoy it. But yeah, those are 5 games I wanted to talk about in this episode of my Backlog series. Not entirely sure what I'm gonna name it. It will probably be destroying my gaming backlog, but yeah. Obviously, the best game that I played recently was The Evil Within, because, you know, I play that game every fucking day of my life, and that's always gonna be mentioned. And you already know that, But yeah, let me know what you think of this new style. Let me know if you much prefer this over the extremely highly edited version on the main channel, because I honestly have a lot more fun doing it this way. I think it's way more enjoyable. Feels less clinical because it's not scripted out, you know? It's just me. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I would like to thank my Patreon supporters now. That, of course, being Nintendo Pro, Profit, Ryan IDC or Ryan I Don't Care, Pitstab, Bouncer Storm Productions, and Daniel Levchenko. Thank you guys so much for being Patreon supporters, and also a huge thank you to my channel members, that being Andreas Stewart 8871, Ethank78, Galaxy11243, Sizzy Monstel Mac 3422, I still don't know if I'm saying that right, Floody38, Wolfborn TV, Rust on Wood, L Hayes 117, or some bowling guy rambling into the void as he's also known, Griefgar, and the OG Resistance Lion. And a huge thank you to my new channel members, Dizrays3250 and Sobitax, I think that's how you say it. Thank you guys so much for the support on this channel. It is actually insane to me that you guys are willing to pay money to just see this content earlier. It's insane to me. It is incredible. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you all in the next video.